So excited to sweat in 4K. Don't take a video of me.
Sparkles past second. Stick with it, Sadie.
Hi, my name is Sadie Miller and welcome to my YouTube channel. That was really weird to say. Okay. Today I'm going to take you to the barn with me because we have a lot of stuff to do. I need to oil my saddle, ride 3 horses, and clean stalls and do all kinds of other chores. And I know you're probably wondering, why am I wearing a hat inside? And you know, besides it looking super cool, it's because my hair is braided and the back it looks atrocious because I did it myself. So I'm really hoping that this hat will keep you from seeing the back and would spare me some embarrassment. Okay, before I go to the barn, I'm going to do a quick workout, which I'll probably post pretty soon. It's a pretty quick little ab workout, and then I'm going to stretch so that my hips can open up a little more because riding makes them very tight, and this helps prevent any injuries to my hip flexors and just makes it more comfortable. And now I'm going to study a little bit about bits because when I was 11 and Martha Jones told me I needed to run the $1 million bit, I just said okay. And you know, didn't really think too much about it. And 7 years later, here we are not knowing that much. So I'm trying to learn everything I can for my future as a barrel racer. Now I'm going to oil my saddle. So excited to sweat in 4K. And of course, you don't want to oil the light leather because it'll miss bud. You can see where it's lightning. And I'm trying really hard to make my saddle not squeak, and it still squeaks. So maybe one day it will stop. Now I'm going to let Chester out while I clean some stalls. And there were no pastures open since it's a boarding barn, so I put Zoro in the round pen while I cleaned the stall, which is okay but not ideal, but he loves to roll around in the dirt, so I think he didn't mind too much. While I'm cleaning a stall, I try to sift everything out before I get to the wet spot. I try to keep as much dried bedding as I can, so that's what I'm doing here. And then when you get to the wet spot, you're actually supposed to scrape all of the wet together, which I did not know until like last week instead of digging. Because if you try to like dig down, you're going to build a bigger hole, and so you just scrape it all and then take that all out. And I always like to make sure I put just as much bedding in as I took out so that I can also prevent creating any holes or anything in his stall, and I like to keep it nice and soft for him. I made sure he had water because it is so hot outside right now that he's drinking so much, and then, you know, the favorite part is now I need to dump feed, which is like 500 pounds. Whatever, it's okay, it's fine. I'm fine. This is also my second workout for the day. And then I make sure Chester has water.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs.
I swear he has a cribbing collar on, but he never stops. So since it was too hot to ride yesterday, I'm out here early today. It's almost 7 and it is almost 90 degrees, so Then today I sprayed Scout down with some fly spray before turning him out, and I left him out while I rode Chester. Here I am getting Chester to go ride. He looks so happy. I'm really working with him on like slowing down, not being so hot, and here you can see me asking for a pretty slow trot and asking for his head, and it's just a big game of take and release, so every time he gets a little too fast, I pull the rein just a little bit, and when he slows down, I give it back. When I release, that tells him he did a good job, and that he gets the release when he puts his head down, which eventually leads to him learning that he has the full release while he keeps his head down, and he starts fighting a little less. I do the exact same thing in the lope, working down the speed, and you know, if he's going too fast, I'll pull him back. If the second he slows down, I give it back, and we just do that until he gets down to the speed I want, and then I work on him keeping his head down the same way. Obviously here you would want a straight stop is ideal, but to stop with no hands, I'll take it. Here I just do the exact same thing the other way, and then I'm done, and I made sure to untack him under the giant fans, and then when I was done untacking, I went and sprayed him off, and then took him right back to go under the big fans because it is so hot and it's really important to keep them cool, and I made sure to spray his legs off really good to combat any inflammation, and then it was Scout's turn. And while I saddled, I let Chester dry before I took him back to his stall so that he could go outside without all the water on his back so the sun would not heat up the water on his back and undo the whole reason I sprayed him off. Now for Scout. Scout's so much easier than Chester. Okay, so it is 8 o'clock and it is already 96 degrees. So I'm gonna warm him up and do his workout just in bell boots, and then when I go through the barrels, right before I'll put all 4 on, and then as soon as I'm done, take them all off. On Scout has a pretty smooth lope and trot, and I don't have to constantly give and take with him. He's pretty easy, so that's a nice break from Chester. And his workouts don't take nearly as long because of that. And now I put on all 4 boots before we ran the barrels, but I left them off because again it's way too hot. Okay, my phone doesn't overheat. That would be awesome. So I did one kind of breeze of the barrels, and then right after I walked the whole pattern. I didn't trot. He was so calm, and this lets him know that the barrels can be stressful, but the barrels also have a relief, and the barrels aren't stressful all the time, so this keeps him from getting hot and pushy and always wanting to run the barrels. This is a nice cool down, and then after this I walked him several laps before taking all of his boots off and taking him inside to give him a proper cool down. And I just hung my boots on my saddle. I sprayed him off too, made sure to spray down his legs and his hocks really good to fight any inflammation, and then Chester was getting shoes, and then I had to go get Kite so he could get shoes, and while that was happening I was spreading bedding in Scout's clean stall, and I also make sure it's really nice and bedded for him as well. And now I am bagging up Chester's feed with his supplements. He gets 1 scoop of Equinety and 1 scoop of omeprazole to help. The Equinety keeps him nice and shiny, and his coat looks so good, and the omeprazole helps, of course, prevent ulcers, which he has had in the past, and you know, we fed him hay, but actually he's allergic to hay, so you know, it didn't help that much. And now I'm bagging Scout's feed because we're slowly switching him from Nutrina to Purina. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I threw Scout some alfalfa, and I let him dry off under the fan before I put him back in the stall, and he seemed very happy. And Chester got new shoes, he was done. He then made sure everyone had water, and I was done. Hi, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed spending like a a day and a half with me at the barn. I have a barrel race tomorrow and Saturday, so I'll probably make a vlog for those two. So consider this one my soft opening, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!